Hey, hello, this is part 2. Um, so, if you haven't seen my other video, go and see my other video. My other video is about like an introduction to this part of the video, so check it out. I told my girlfriend that I'm an atheist part 1. I guess that's what I'm gonna name them. And so I left off in my last video where I told my girlfriend that I was gonna go to church and that I was gonna rap. So I had never. Well, I used to talk to her about that I used to go to church, you know, and that I was kind of conservative. And I had to tell her because I mean, people know me. It's a small town. I said it before. So people she knows knows that she's going out with me, and they tell her that, oh, they know me from church, that I used to go to church, that they know me from there. So, you know, she's all like, oh, really? Yeah, I go to church. Oh, okay. And people also know that I rap. It's a small town, so I'm that guy that raps in Spanish. So she knew that I rap. I'm not sure if she knew that I rapped about God or anything, but people told her that I rap. I'm guessing she probably did. So I told her that I was gonna go to church, and that they had invited me to go and sing, and she's all like, oh, okay, well, and I invited her, right, and she's all like, okay, well, I'll go, and she went. She's a Catholic. My girlfriend is a Catholic, but she falls into the okay, I believe in God, but I'm not sure. You know, I go to church, whatever. You know, that type of person. It's not a practicing Catholic. She has her doubts too. We have talked about heaven. You know, how long are we gonna be in heaven? Eternity just sounds like whatever. But once you start like a year in heaven, 2 years in heaven, doing whatever, praising God, you know, 3 years in heaven, 4 years in heaven, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000, 1 million, whatever years. So we talk about that, and she told me, oh man, I mean, are you telling me that all the reggaeton singers are gonna be in hell? I'll go and party to hell, you know. She's not that conservative, since she has her own doubts. She's also a very liberal person. When it comes, as me, obviously, I mean, obviously I am. When it comes to rights, you know, she's all for gay rights. So am I. And it's rare to see someone like us in this town, you know. It's unless you probably go to the college, but the college here, the community college here, is basically a lot of people say it's wrong, you know, but there's a bigger bunch in the college that say it's okay, you know, it's whatever, you know, they're humans, they deserve their rights too. So as you can see, she's a very liberal person. So that's exciting for me. That's very exciting for me as an atheist, because it gives me hope that I'm one day gonna tell her and she'll be cool with it, you know. So I invited her to church. She went to church. She heard me sing. She liked it. She hated the church. She hated the whole system. She said the service was just too long, and I mean the songs, she was not sure of them, and she's just used to a Catholic service, which is 45 minutes. This Protestant church lasted like 45 minutes, so she said that she was just used to the Catholic church. And as I mentioned, she's very liberal. However, recently, since it's gonna be Christmas, she started saying that she was a Catholic, and you know, all that blah blah blah, you know, I'm a Catholic, this and that, and she started saying that her family, what they do is that they sing in Christmas, and they carry the statue of Virgin Mary, you know, and that's their tradition, and that's what they believe, and that's what they do. So she was saying that how Catholic she was, that she preferred the Catholic church and this and that. So yesterday, she told me that she was talking to her mom about all this, you know, and her mom got angry because she went to church with me. She went to a church that was not Catholic, so she got very angry with her. But she told her mom that she didn't like it, and they started talking about all that. about the differences between the churches, and I told her that, well, I would never make you change your belief. I can't. Why would I? I would never do it. She was all excited because of that. You know, her mom told her that she should go more to church. She does not go to church because, you know, she's not sure about it. so, but her mom was pressuring her. You know, you went to this other church, you should try our church now. So she's unsure about that. But I told her that I would never ever try to make her change her belief. And when I told her that, she was all excited, and I started talking more about the Protestant belief and how I used to be so conservative. And she asked what happened. You know, I mean, you didn't used to even dance. Now you're dancing. What happened? She loves to dance. So what happened? So at that moment, I'm all like, oh man, should I tell her? And I mean, this could actually ruin the relationship. Especially now that she's been saying how Catholic she is. You know, before I would like opportunity present, I would have told her, but now I'm not just that sure. So I told her, you know what, I'm gonna tell you. If you don't want to go out with me anymore, I understand. If you want to break up with me, I told her that. She's all like, okay, alright. What do you have to say? So I told her that when I was younger, how I used to, you know, be so into church, and when I was 18, I used to believe that God had called me to become a pastor, but I was just not sure. I had my doubts, and I started investigating the Bible. I told her about slavery in the Bible, and about in the Old as well as the New Testament. I told her about the genocide that goes on in the Bible. She saw that really all that's on the Bible, and I told her, yeah. I told her about Abraham and Isaac, how God told Abraham to kill his son Isaac, and he's regarded as one of the idols of the Bible because he had faith in God. You know, he just trusted in God. And I told her how I just wouldn't do that. I would actually doubt God, and I would actually doubt that if that being that was telling me to kill my son was God. I told her how that mentality, I had asked other Christians that she knew, that if God told him if God told him to kill her son, if they would do it, and I mean, they actually said yes. I also told her about the story of Job. You know, how God making a bet with the devil, that the devil exterminate all his belongings, and including his kids, and God compensated Job with double of whatever he had. And I told her that one of the things was his sons. You know, he compensated his sons, his kids. You know, but how can you compensate a kid? You know, how can you say, oh, okay, you had a kid, I killed it, you know, he died, whatever, now you have two kids. You know, I mean, you can't treat a human being like material. And I just told her about everything. You know, I told her how as more as I read, you know, about the history and stuff, that I just one day realized that I just didn't believe. You know, I just couldn't believe. And her reaction was like, she was listening. She was listening so closely to what I was saying, and she's all like, and you thought that I was gonna break up with you because of that? I was shocked, you know, and I just couldn't believe she was saying that, you know, coming from a small town. I'm like, well, yeah. She's all like, no, I'm not. I think you're a very smart person. I have my doubts too. I mean, I wouldn't. And I mean, like, she didn't say I love you, but in Spanish it's like a level down before loving, you know. And she hugged me, and I just couldn't help myself but cry. You know, she accepted me just how I was, and that was very emotional for me. My parents, you know, they're all like, no, the Bible's true, you know, they care for me. But I mean, and I understand where they're coming from, my parents, you know, that they want to change my mind. But she's all like, you know, it's okay, I love you. And I mean, for me, finding someone that feels like that, it's like finding gold in the small town of conservatives. It's like finding the light. You know, I feel that I hit jackpot, and that's what happened. And my time is almost up. See you later in the next video. I'm reading The Selfish Gene. You should try it too. Later, bye.